它就这样砍下来，然后把它打，沥它的油。
In Scotland, when you're feeling a bit not feel so good, you would have mince and potatoes, and I think this is like Taiwanese comfort food. That's a really nice combination, actually. The richness of the sherry really works well with the food there.
Yep.
My two favourite things in life is Taiwanese food and Scottish whiskey. I think the Kilmorey. Wow. It even sits on the top of the glass. Ooh. It looks like Coca-Cola. You can taste this is like Taiwan in a glass. This is boba. There's one ingredient that can maybe make this even more special than it already is. Wow. Love it.
好，大家好，我是威士忌镇长邱德夫，欢迎来到我的大师专访专辑啊。在我身边的是 Euan Mitchell, right?
Yes.
Do I pronounce right?
Perfect.
All right. 我先简单的介绍一下 Euan 哦，他在1995年从爱丁堡大学毕业哦。我觉得蛮有趣的，就是他在爱丁堡大学的时候，他专攻的是苏格兰历史。所以各位念文科的朋友们，你们千万不要以为念文科就没有办法在威士忌产业工作哦。Euan就是一个非常好的一个例子哦。那当他从大学毕业了之后呢，然后他进入了 Springbank 工作，然后等他在2003年离开了之后呢，他是担任这个 Sales Manager 的工作。然后他进入了艾伦之后呢，一直到现在，一共在 Arran 这个公司呢待了21年多。那现在他是 Arran 的 Manager Director， 那就相当于是董事总经理了哦。那所以他接近30年的这个威士忌生涯这个产业呢，当然他的经验是非常的丰富啦。那这一次来到台湾，他主要的目的呢，就是用来推广 Lagg 啊，这是他们的新酒厂啊。同时，他也是庆祝这个 Lochranza， 也就是过去的 Arran 酒厂的30周年啦。那由于 Euan 呢，他对这个台湾的小吃非常的感兴趣哦，尤其是当我知道他居然会喜欢海参这个。老实讲，我真的不是那么喜欢的这种食材啊，所以刚刚我跟他就试了一下，买了这个66年老店的这个蛙柜之家呢，买了这个蛙柜，还有这个彰化的霸王哦，然后尝试用 Lagg 来去搭看看适不适合哦。另外我们也买了几杯的这个手摇饮啦，然后试着去调出一个不一样的味道。我发现 Euan 呢，他真的是对风味的掌握真的是非常的厉害哦。不过说到底哦，我不是吃播哦，所以还是要好好的来聊一下 Lagg 这间酒厂哦。所以接下来就是我跟他的一个专访。那首先我还是要先恭喜 Arran 啦，因为今年Arran酒厂呢，它刚刚好是满30周年哦，这是一个很有意义的成就哦。所以目前你们呢，在爱伦这个岛上面，你有2间酒厂嘛，一个是 Lagg 嘛，另外一间就是 Lochranza， 就是以前的 Arran 哦，所以你有什么一些想法想要跟台湾的朋友来分享的 ？Please.
So we're here. It's my pleasure to be here in Taiwan and to meet you, David. And
Thank you.
Here to talk about whiskey, which is just the best subject in the world. And we're here sampling today whiskey from the Lagg distillery. So. Lochranza distillery has just turned 30 years old, so 1995, and an incredible achievement. And in Scotch whisky terms, it's not that old, but it feels
it's
like
not that old.
It feels like a milestone for yes, Lochranza.
Of course.
And as part of our journey, we've also now have the Lagg single malt as well. So Lagg opened in 2019, and we now have these two amazing single malts which we present to the Taiwan market. So we have the Kilmorey and the Corrie Creevy. As you can tell from the colour, very, very different drams.
Yes, of course.
And we have these two unique distilleries on one island. So we have Arran is a very small island. If only population is 5,000 people.
5,000 people only.
And it's in circumference, it's 50 miles, and it's called Scotland in miniature. So the geography is like replicates the
whole of Scotland.
The whole of Scotland. So it's, in the north, it's very mountainous, where we have Lochranza, and in the south, it's more agricultural. It's rolling fields, and we have these two distilleries which could not be further apart in style and in location. So we have Lochranza in the north, and we have Lagg in the south.
Yes,
and Lagg brings back to life the making of peated single malt Scotch whisky on Arran. Because Lochranza, we make an unpeated single malt, but the classic style on the island was always a peated single malt. So the last legal distillery on the island closed in 1837, and 1995 we brought it back to life. But in 2019 we brought peated single malt back to life on Arran, and it was going full circle. So this is Lagg is probably the classic style of Arran whiskey, which going back to the old days.
OK， 所以我非常的好奇啦，因为在爱伦岛的南端哦，自从1837年，刚刚这个Euan他也讲到，在1837年之后呢，旧的 Lagg 这间酒厂关闭了以后呢，就再也没有合法的蒸馏厂新建的，为什么
？So on the island, I say Lochranza opened in 1995, but the classic Arran style would have been the farmers would have used peat for drying the malted barley.
Yes.
So that was the more typical style on the island. So with Lagg, we feel we're reconnecting and we're bringing it back after all these years from 1837 to 2019, and it's just bringing back that farm style of distillation, the old style, and the peat, and that was the classic style of Arran whiskey. So.
Okay. Well, actually, I'm very curious about that. When you build the Arran or the Lochranza with the distillery at first, and then you decide to set the flavor profile as not peated, why?
I think, to be honest, the Lochranza was built by a man called Harold Curry, and he was a Speyside kind of whiskey lover.
Yes.
So I think he wanted to create a Speyside style of whiskey, but on an island. So that's why Lochranza Arran is unpeated. It has more of that fruit, citrus, spice, sweetness. So yeah, he was looking for that kind of Speyside style, but on an island. And then with Lagg, I think we're going full circle. We're going back to the old style of Arran whiskey.
能不能请你帮我们说明一下 Lagg 这间酒厂它的一个制作的方式，包括它的麦芽的原料啦，它的发酵的时间啦，它的蒸馏器的形状呢，还有它的酒心的切点，以及它相不同的使用方式等等。
So when we were designing the Lagg distillery, so there were two people who were critical to the whole process. So there was James McTaggart, who was our production director, and Graham Omond, who was our distillery manager, and who's still running the distillery now. So we were looking for a different style of whiskey to Lochranza. We wanted something bigger, bolder, richer, heavier in style. So the stills are bigger than Lochranza.
Oh, okay.
The line arm is going up the way, so we're getting more of the oiliness coming through. The fermentation is longer. Everything about it is just bigger, bolder, brasher. So what we're looking for is that really oily, rich, new make spirit coming through, which we know is going to work in particular with bourbon barrels. But just something that just really, a really oily, rich, smoky, not like an Islay style, but more like we call it sweet peat.
Sweet peat.
So the defining characteristic of Lagg is sweet peat. So it's rich, it's heavy, it's smoky, but it's not like I'd say a Lafroig, that kind of style. There's more mineral, there's more sweetness, there's more herbal. It's an easier style of peaty whiskey, we think.
Okay, thank you. 那除了泥煤麦芽，刚刚你有提到说它的整个制作的方式 ，Lagg 它的制作的方式事实上跟 Lochranza 是 不太一样的哦。那譬如说它的设备啊，还有橡木桶的使用等等这些东西，能不能请你再多加说明一下？譬如说像 Lagg 里面 ，for example, Lagg you use the cask. What's the major cask you use?
So with Lagg, about 90% of what we fill is first fill bourbon barrels.
Okay.
We also use some second fill bourbon, and then with the Corrie Gravy, we recask that into first fill sherry hogsheads. So the flavour profile, in essence, is American oak, and we just think that is the nice that's a sweet point of this peated spirit coming into contact with the American oak, and then with Corrie Gravy, we move it into the sherry casks. And you just get that richness coming through of the sherry. It's finished for 6 months in the Oloroso sherry casks, which you can immediately see from the colour.
Yeah, it's totally different. Yeah.
But the sherry doesn't overwhelm the spirit. It's kind of more in balance.
What's the age of these two bottles? Do you know that?
At the moment, these are both about 5 years old.
5 years old. It's quite young, but it's very matured, I think.
Yeah, it seems to mature very quickly on Arran. So it's although it's young, it has a lovely mouthfeel, it has a lovely richness. I think, to be honest, in single malt these days, it's not about the age; it's just about the quality.
Yeah.
You can have amazing old whiskies, you can have amazing young whiskies. So people shouldn't be led by the age statement. It should be about, what does it taste like? What does it make you feel?
Of course. Yep.
Do you feel it has enough balance in the glass? Do you feel it is at the right point? And we think with Lagg, you're getting wonderful flavors coming through.
OK. 那因为 Lagg 它是泥煤威士忌嘛，所以它的泥煤分子大概是多少呢？那它的泥煤又是从哪里来的？
So Lagg's all about the peat.
Yep.
But the peat we use actually comes from the mainland in Scotland. So it comes from Aberdeenshire.
Okay.
So you get that difference. So for example, on Islay, the peat is very medicinal. It is very, it's smoky. It's got that richness. It's got that real sort of beach flavour to it. Here, it's more about the heather. It's more about the floral characteristics. So again, we're coming back to this, the defining character with Lagg. Sweet peat, so it's got the sweetness there. You get the bonfire, you get the barley coming through, but the peatiness is not overwhelming the whiskey. It's just, we think, it's just a nice balance between the two.
Well, actually, I have read the interview with you, and you said that you don't have to you don't want to only talking about the phenol content of the whiskey. You want to talk the flavor profile, because that there are different profile from the Highland peat, Lowland peat, or Islay peat. Yeah.
I think it's a conversation in whiskey that's not really been spoken about. So everybody says, what is the ppm?
Yeah.
But it's not about the ppm. It's about where does the peat come from.
Yes.
It's about the origin of the peat.
Yes.
And I think that's a big topic that we need to explore. So we're looking to use some Arran peat, and we want to use.
You use Arran peat?
Not yet, but we're hoping.
You're prepared to use.
Yeah, and we want to maybe the biggest peat reserves in the world are in Canada. So we maybe think maybe some Canadian peat, some Islay peat, some mainland peat. So we want to try the different styles and see what impact it has on the flavour, because I think where the peat comes from changes everything.
Yeah, that's right. 所以你刚刚有提到，你们事实上也想要用爱伦岛上面的 peat， 但是那个有使用到爱伦岛上面的大麦呢？The barley, local barley.
Local barley, yeah. When you come to Lagg and you come to visit the distillery, you can actually just now you can look out onto the field of barley, which will become the Arran Lagg single malt spirit in 3 years' time. So, we're bringing everything back to the island. So we want to reconnect as a local farm distillery and connect. We're speaking to local farmers. We're using barley strains that we know work well on the island. We're getting a good yield from that barley. So Yeah, I mean, in terms of the flavor profile, what contributes the most? Every stage of the process adds something.
Yes.
So,
starting from the barley,
the type of barley, the shape of the stills,
yes,
the cut points, the distillery manager choosing at what point. These all add flavor points. And then obviously the casks will add a massive amount of flavor as well. But if you start off with this rich, oily new make spirit, that's a massive part of the flavor discovery. That's part. If you start off with that at the starting point of your flavor journey, that's going to influence the flavor all the way through right to the mature spirits. So you can add different flavors with the casks, so the bourbon or the sherry, and of course that's got a huge impact to the style, but that doesn't define the whiskey. I think that the spirit that we make defines the whiskey.
You mean the new spirit?
The new spirit, yeah. You know, otherwise all whiskey in Scotland would taste the same. Because we all use bourbon, we all use sherry. But all the whiskeys taste different.
Yes. 在 Lagg 这间酒厂，它是不是把所有你们的橡木桶，就是 Lagg 酒厂所制作的这些酒，这些橡木桶全部都是放在酒厂的附近呢，也就是爱伦岛的南端呢？那这种储藏的环境呢，跟北边的 Lochranza 有什么不一样的地方？
So we have warehouses in Lochranza, we have warehouses in Lagg.
Yes.
Arran as an island has a very warm, mild climate, and we think it's perfect for maturing whiskey. So it is washed by the Gulf Stream. So for Scotland, because Scotland, we have a lot of rain in Scotland.
Yes.
And it can be very cold in the winter and can be maybe 20 degrees in the summer, but on Arran, it's a very benign climate, so we just think it has a nice, it just adds a softness to the whiskey. We think that the softness comes really from the microclimate on the island for maturing the whiskey.
So you mature all of the casks in the island, right?
At the moment we do, yeah, everything is matured on the island. Yeah.
Okay. 那未来这个 Lagg 这间酒厂，因为你们现在有2间酒厂，就是 Lagg 还有 Lochranza 嘛，那未来有没有一些合作的计划？譬如说交换桶子啊，或者是说你们干脆 blend 你们自己的 branded whisky、branded malt whisky。
Yep. So in 2020 we did an experiment where we took the spirit from Lochranza and the new spirit from Lagg, and we blended it together as new spirit.
Okay.
So it's a project we're calling Blended at Birth.
Okay.
So, and that has been maturing now for 5 years. And yes, you get the peat smoke coming through from Lagg, but you get the softness, you get the fruitiness, the citrus coming through from Lochranza. So that has not yet been bottled, but that's an exciting project which will.
So you already tasted?
Maybe we will launch it in Taiwan as an exclusive. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh yeah, we can wait for this good news.
So it's just incredible watching these two spirits come together. And then leaving them in the casks for years to mature, and we call it, as I say, we call it blended at birth. So it's
OK。那 Lagg 的下一步会是什么？也就是未来几年之内，整个酒厂会往哪一个方向走？
So Lagg, obviously, it's so I joined Arran in 2003.
Yes.
So at that time, Lochranza was only 8 years old, and it was exciting to be part of this journey of watching Arran single malt grow and evolve. And I have the same feeling with Lagg. So we're at a really exciting phase with Lagg. We're seeing it change all the time, and I mean, probably the next staging point will be 10 years old. We'll do an age statement at 10 years old, 10 years old. But we're just excited to watch it grow. It's like, you know, it's like having a family. It's like watching your children grow up.
Yes.
Lagg is just a young child just now.
Yes.
Lochranza is the one that's left home already.
It's already adult.
Yeah, it has its own house and it's doing its own thing. Lagg is just that exciting journey again.
好，我们应该要如何持续的关注 Lagg 这间酒厂，还有 Lochranza 那顺便也跟我们谈一谈你们的 White Stack Community 啦，也就是所谓的白鹭社群哦。那这个 Community 能够带给粉丝一些什么东西呢？
So the best way of keeping in touch with what is happening on Arran is by becoming a white stag. So the white stag was a mythical creature on the island, but by becoming a white stag,
is it a real animal or?
Well, we have seen photographs of every 30 or 40 years you will see a white stag on Arran.
Oh.
But you'd be very lucky to see that. It's very rare.
Okay.
But to become a white stag, you can hear all of the news, what's going on. You can get new releases, exclusive single casks. You can be part of the family. You can be part of the Arran family. So yeah, if you love Arran, then become a white stag and you can become part of the journey.
好，我最后一个想要提出一个要求了，这真的是一个要求哦，因为 Jessica 就是橡木桶的袁总啊，还有 Molly 啊，跟我说他们上个月的时候，他们去参加爱伦嘉年华的时候，非常喜爱那种很欢乐的气氛哦，但是帮大家下场去跳舞的时候，他们就不会跳了哦，所以能不能教我了？这种舞蹈叫做 Kelly Dance。所以能不能教我如何跳这个 Kelly Dance 啊？那当我有机会到爱伦岛的时候，能够跟大家一起来跳。
So, as White Stags, every year the big event for White Stags is our Malta Music Festival, and it's always the last weekend in June. And so this year we celebrated the 30th anniversary of the Lochranza distillery, and we were just very proud that Jessica and Molly came from Taiwan to join us. And of course, in Scotland you have to party. You have to. Whisky was invented to party, so and the best way of partying is with a Ceilidh dance. So we had this amazing band playing, and we got Jessica and Molly up to do some Scottish country dancing, and it was just the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, you have to teach us how to dance.
Well, I'm no expert, I have to say. I'm no expert, but yeah, Scottish country dancing it's a feeling. It's just you just follow the crowd. You watch what everybody else is doing, and you see, and whatever it's strip the willow, the gig orange, you name it. You just go with the crowd and you watch everybody else, and it's great fun. Great fun.
So can we dance right now?
If you want to dance, I'll dance.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
One